And the mice just back and acting worse than ever. My whole life's been pretty bad, so, I mean, I don't know how much worse it can get. Okay, definitely get worse. My short press is on. But I want to talk to you guys today about what it takes to get rank 1. How hard it is, what you need to do, and it's just like anything else in life, except it's like walking across water because it's literally impossible to do because there's nobody to play with. But, I walk across the water. But what it takes to get rank 1, I'm in Group Finder every single day, trying to find absolutely anyone to play with. I made up Group Finder. I invented Group Finder. I've been sitting in Group Finder since WoD Season 2, when I came back to the game, trying to find anyone to play with at all. Basically, there's no one new to the game. There's no new good players that join the game. So it's either the old players who already have people that they play with, and there's barely any of those too, or there's no new people joining the game because there's such a high threshold for you to be able to actually be able to play the game. You can't just log on. Imagine being a new player. You're a new player. You gotta log on. You gotta level to 60. Then you gotta go through all your Covenant quest line, which is gonna take you 7 months. Then you gotta go through getting all your condies, which is gonna take you just literally impossible. You have to go run shit gas for 7.5 weeks. Then you have to try to gear up and try to find partners to play with, which is legitimately beyond impossible. Especially with no credentials at all. You're never going to be able to find a single person. I have 28 rank 1s that I link people, and I still can't get, like, I'll message like a 1500 CR DH or whatever. And these people are like, the people who play this game are just the worst people in life, because if you're playing World of Warcraft, like, what else do you have in your life, you know? You're like a worthless loser. You're a complete worthless loser if you're playing this game. So it's like, so many bad people play this game on top of it just being impossible to get into. Just like, there's like a monopoly on stupidity in Blizzard. So, just making it impossible to play the game makes the threshold so high, makes people not want to put effort into it. And what is the point of putting, unless you really love the game and love the gameplay and whatever, there's no point in putting effort into it. Like, the only reason I put effort into it is because I make money off it by streaming. But what else? What do people that don't make money from it have to play this game? They have to play it all for fun. Like, fun? Oh my god, I haven't had that ever. So what? There's no point for them to play the game. There's no point for them to try so hard and become better than everybody else. And the only reason I ever got rank 1 is because I made 9 pallies, and I made sure to perfect every area of my gameplay. I knew if I was doing something wrong. I knew if the guy on my team was doing something wrong. I knew what we should do to win. I know exactly, I can pinpoint exactly where the game went wrong, what global he should have pressed at that exact moment. That's the only way that you can get better. So when I see like a mage in Group Finder that's 1900 CR with full gear, I know he's complete and utter garbage. It's not because he doesn't have partners, because let's say you're a mage and you have full gear. You being a mage, you can carry the game at least up to 2700 CR. At the very least. And that's if your team is brain dead mongrel drooling spit out of their mouth. And that's literally if your team is AFK. If you're a mage. But as a pally, you can't do that. Your DPS have to do stuff. You play off what your DPS do, basically. When I see a mage who's 1900 CR, I know he's the worst player to ever live. And he's the reason he's not high rated. So, when getting rank 1, you have to be the one who wants to play good. And when you play these games at such high CR, these people get so nervous. They get all squeamish and sweaty and greasy. They make all these mistakes. And they aren't even mistakes. They're just actually just pure stupidity bundled up into pure Neanderthals. Just like, they'll do the dumbest things that aren't even mistakes. They'll like cloak in the starting room and like block the first thing they'll do the most random awful things because they're scared and nervous and know they're bad players. that can never rise to the occasion. There's so many people in this life who have no courage in their life, and it translates over to WoW. This whole generation is no courage, pansy, dandelion picking, latte-licious swines. This entire generation. So all these people that play the game, they have no courage to even become or even think they can make the plays that need to be made. Like, when I'm pushing for rank 1, I make sure every single thing that I can possibly do to win the game, we win. Like, I'm going for drinks. I know every single cooldown that we have. I preemptively tell them what to do. I tell them get in a certain position to make it easier for me to heal. I tell them where to run to. I tell them what exact play needs to be made for us to win or lose the game. Like, I'd say all these things, and, like, everyone else is, like, so like, they think they can just, like, walk into the arena and, like, do all this awful stuff, and then, like, if you even say a single word to these kids, like, oh, you shouldn't have been in that position, they'll be like, you're a rager. Or some delusional, brain-dead thing that makes literally no sense. And since all this game is made up of cliques, which are like 3 people who won't play with anybody else. So they'll literally only play with themselves. And I could list out all the rogues who play this game. There's about 3 or 4 rogues who play this game, and 3 of them won't play with me. So, if you look, like, everybody is offline. There's actually way more people online than I've seen for a while. But, okay, if you look at it, there's 25% of my friends list online, and 75% of my friends list offline. So, nobody plays the game. Nobody wants to log on. I can't even get gear. I'm still so under geared, it's unreal. Missing gem. I would never have gems, but I'm just missing health. I'm missing my legendary. I'm missing intellect. I'm missing like 100 intellect. That's like 100 intellect is like 15% healing, 15, 20. That's a lot. So it's hard. And I can't even find 2v2 arena. Not that I would ever want to play that. It's the most boring, awful thing. But to get rank 1, you have to want to be good at the game, and that's just something that people don't want to do. Like, and it's so depressing logging on every day, trying so hard. I try so hard to play the game. I send like 70 messages to people every single day, just trying to play the game. And then I'll have the mage who wants to play, and then I'll have the rogue who wants to play, and then I'll have the mage who wants to play, and I never have 2 people at the same time. It's literally impossible. And I'm the only one trying to, like, do this, and, like, it's just so sickening, like, and it's just impossible to play the game. And people will straight up lie to your face and pretend they don't want to play, and then you'll see them queuing in the next moment. These people in World of Warcraft are the biggest scum to ever live. Like, they are worse than, like, communists, actually. They are communists, that's why. There's nothing worse than communists. But, man, like, I am the best Pally to ever live, and it just sucks that, like, this is the analogy. Imagine being Michael Jordan and then playing with all high schoolers versus, like, an entire team of all-stars. Like, imagine being Michael Jordan playing with all high schoolers versus, like, Kobe Bryant and Shaq and, like, a bunch of NBA players. Michael Jordan has to do everything on his own. Except I'm even better than Michael Jordan, and that's what I have to do. I'm playing with kindergartners, basically, who are brain dead beyond life itself in a coma, playing off tree stumps. And I'm trying to win at the highest rating, with no gear, because I can't even get people to play with to get myself gear. And then if I ever do get my cap, I get like a trinket that I can't even use. So the whole game is just so beyond delusional. Like, I've had no opportunities in my life. Like, you know, when you have like a family, you just get carried through your entire worthless life. You can make so many mistakes. I've never made a single mistake in my life, and my life is still terrible. Everything I've done in my life, like, it translates over to WoW too, because, like, if I've done every single thing right in WoW, and it's still impossible to find partners. Just like in real life, I try so hard to make my life better, and it's just like, it just doesn't seem like you can get anywhere. It's just so annoying because I'm the best Paladin in the game and I don't even get to play the game. Like, and just like this is a fully geared assassination rogue, and he's probably like 21. By the way, when people tell you they're 2200 CR, this means he's like 2130 CR. Yeah, 2185. They're always lower than the CR than what they actually are. If they put like their 2500 CR, they're like 2450 CR. And if you're 2200 CR at the end of the season, what that actually means is you're like 1700 CR in reality. Like you wouldn't be able to get past 1700 CR. So, because it inflates at the end of the season, and it's like 500 rating plus that it inflates. So if you're like a 2700 player, like you'd be like 3K, you know. But you're actually terrible, you know. So it's just so impossible, and like I just want to play the game. I want to play in the tournament so bad. I would win every tournament if I was able to play. I want to play every day and I don't need practice, but I would play every day with a team and play whatever class they need me to play. But I don't make it other classes because there's no point in making other classes. I can't even play my main class. I made a rogue to play, but I'm not even gonna be able to play a single game on my rogue. So if anyone wants to play, I'll be in. Crying. The Maestro does not cry. I do not fail. Things fail me. But with that, that's what it takes to get rank 1. Pressing on through the brink of literally in absolute and utter despair, having no partners, but becoming the best yourself and carrying yourself to rank 1. That's your only chance of getting rank 1. Unless you're playing a priest or a backfiddling guardian druid, then you can just get rank 1. But anyways, if you like that video, give the Maestro what's commonly known as a like. I need to grow my YouTube more than ever before, and if you are a member of the Maestro stream, then I'll play with you. And no, I probably won't, but maybe if you're like a Gandalf sub. Anyway, stream legendary, and the Maestro will never give up.